heartless, take apart this in the darkness, but I know that I've tried
so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I look down the line and what's there is not what ought to be. Held back by the battles they fought for me, calling me to be part of their property. And now I see that I get no chance, I get no break. Fakes and snakes quickly lead to mistakes, and as the tightrope within slowly starts to thin, I can only hope that they close their eyes to the twilight through the skylight and the highlights on a frame of steel. See the brightness of your likeness as I write this on a pad to the way I feel. Hear the screaming in my dreaming as it's seeming that you played your part. Like you're heartless, take apart this in the darkness, but I know that I've tried
so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Pushed as far as I can go. For us, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Hey, hey, hey! How is everyone doing? Actually, I didn't switch to the actual screen where you can see me. Hey! I should get rid of my Twitter feed. Hey! How's everyone doing? So the plan for today is to do some live designing and live coding and live marketing, actually, because I also have to write like copy for it. But before that, I noticed that if you go to my Twitch channel, thank you for the follow, Hannah. And actually go to like the main page, which I don't know if I can go when I'm streaming. Yeah, there we go. So since the last time when I was doing the Showtime stream, I didn't use any copyrighted music people can watch it here, and only like 3 people have, and that's understandable, but like, that's nice. You can watch my stuff even when I'm not here, because like, how this goes usually is, I play whatever I feel like on Spotify, and then Twitch just mutes that audio, and then we can't use that video anymore. So, until further notice, we are going to actually use non-copyrighted music, or we are going to try. And the way this is going to go is, instead of me searching for non-copyrighted music, I'm going to play something which I think is non-copyrighted, and then we'll see if we get claimed or not. Just surprise and guesswork. So I'm going to pull my Spotify where you can see it. I had like Death by Glamour, because that's kind of like the intro to this channel, accidentally. Just sounds nice. And let's search for... the Mario Odyssey playlist, but not in here, because I don't think it's in here. So I think that's not like usual Mario, Wii U. That stuff is not isn't copyrighted. I think. Guess we'll find out. I think I have to play it on YouTube. Yeah, let's set the quality to the minimum. Fun fact: video quality and audio quality aren't related. You can have minimal Mario quality, video quality, and the audio will still be high quality. So yeah, let's move this to something where we're not bothered by it. And actually the audio died, because of course it would. Like, I just noticed you can't see anything right now. This happens every stream. It's just like the things that we have to do before we get started. Fortunately, to restart it, we just have to restart the audio driver. And then reconnect. I'm using a really weird setup for all of this, because I like pain and overcomplicating things. Yeah, there we go. Music's back. No copyright music, hopefully. And there's a ticking sound. Hopefully there's not a ticking sound anymore. Let me know if there is. I will try to fix it. Also, Tobias says this stream is sponsored by SplitBee, and it is not, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's cool. You can just go to splitbee.io, I think. Yeah. It's analytics and web insights and conversions and stuff. Nice! I've never used it. I may at some point, but I've never used it. The website looks sick though. Back to the actual thing. So, what are we designing? There's this project that I'm working on called dm.link. And if you want to learn more about it, you can go to the website. Psych! You can't, because like the website isn't great. The website actually was created before I had an idea of what I wanted to do with it. So it's like an older iteration of the thing, if that makes sense. I think the audio may be too loud. Something like that should be better. So yeah, the only thing you can do here is like read these things which don't really make sense. Like it's too general, and then you click in here. And then you get subscribed, but the way you get subscribed is you go to my DMs, and there's like a button that says subscribe or something. Yeah, I was testing this in my own DMs. Anyways, if you want to learn what this is, you have to go to my pinned tweet, because there's a thread explaining it there. But that's not really intuitive. So the idea here is to extract all this information, put it in the dm.link landing page, and then obviously make it look decent. And decent is like good enough. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So this is actually a Laravel app. I've been working with Next.js recently, but this is Laravel. And that's, I think I have the code base. Yeah, there we go. Here it is. I'm going to close this. Here's the app. We only care about our landing, which is a React component. And if I go to dm.link, there we go. This is the actual site. If I have to start the server. Let's try to hold reload it. Yay, we wait for dependencies to install. Fun. So, as always, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be talking through what I'm thinking I should do. I'm going to be talking about also whatever I think about. If you have any questions, if you want me to talk about anything, if you want to do anything really, let me know. There's a chat for something. Yeah, so now let's hard reload this and hopefully it will work. And it does not work. Have to come into here and there's like this fix where I just put HTTP in here, I think. Yeah. And since everything is booting up, why am I using ESLint in here? I shouldn't really be using ESLint. Prettier already does anything I need it to do. Anyways, yeah. Let's save that. Give this a reload. HTTPS for some reason. Just return a redirect to the URL we are given. Because why would we not do that? Have to disable brave seals. No, I already did that. That's like something that usually happens, and I'm making sure that this has happened before. The issue is that for some reason this is getting loaded via // which is not really what we want, even though here is HTTP really clearly. There we go, HTTP, that should work, hopefully. MIME type, blah, 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 blah. Oh, please. Let's do URL then, and then the path, which I forgot about. Like now it's just pointing to the root. This is also not what we want. There we go. And there we go. And now I should be able to... Hello. Save this. And nothing happens because VS Code has decided to not work. Let's save this. Reload. Let's just restart VS Code. And give it a second. Did it try to update while I was... Oh my god. Yep, it was updating. That's the issue. Why does it try to update while I code? Who knows? Now I have to reapply my custom styles. So one more restart. There we go. Hopefully it will work now. So it's waiting for the hot server to come up. And this is working. There should be like a WebSocket or something connection in there. Maybe not. Yeah, we say here hello, save that, reload, nothing happens. Okay, that was a fun experiment. Let's do watch now, because that's the one that actually works. I don't know why hot doesn't work for me with like the new mix version, but I'm already used to reloading, so it isn't really a big deal. So now, there we go, hello. And now we get rid of everything, because this design isn't great. I guess I do want like the number of subscribers, but everything else. Let's get this. And hello, and this is the fun part where we actually get to think about what we want. And for this, that requires like an explanation, kind of. I'm thinking for the first iteration of this, because this project is like pre-launch, and when I launch it I will actually redo this again. But pre-launch I think I want something similar to what I did for Overlight, where the landing page is actually just a big blog post, not that big but like text. So let's try to do that. Let's first bring in the text. We're going to use the thread as a placeholder and then reword it so that it makes more sense on the landing page, and let's make it look nice. So yeah, let's first grab the tweet. So I can just grab from Typefully actually, and that way I don't have to copy paste from every tweet. So let's do some manual work, because why would you want a computer to do it when you can do it yourself? Actually just copy all of these, right? I'm going to be smart about this. And say get this dot replace all /n, which is like a new line, with close p tag, open p tag. If this works, it does. Now we don't need to do everything ourselves. So I should be able to just drop this in here, save, there we go, magic. We're going to get rid of this and this, or actually we can leave that one for now. And we have text, yay. For this in general, first of all I should probably update Tailwind, because like the new one has the JIT, which is much easier to use. Easier, not easier, faster. So yarn, and actually we're going to need to restart for that, so might as well do it now. So let's update Tailwind, post CSS and auto prefixer. And then we just say mode JIT. And we can get rid of the variants, because that's automatic. And we're also going to add the typography module. And I think we're going to use lime. Just pulled it in for to have a random color, but I don't think we will be using that one. And I guess the Yoast font is nice. So yeah. Let's restart that, and that should be much faster now that we're using the Jet engine. There we go. That's a lot faster. Give it another reload, nothing happens because we haven't added any styles. Let's do that now. So first of all, we are going to want to go like this, and that should give us, if I figure out why it's not working, nicely formatted text. So why does the pros class not exist? There we go, that's much nicer. Now let's center this, and for this I'm going to use Tailwind UI. And actually the new thing just dropped, which is nice because now we have React stuff. So on the marketing section we have content sections. And we are going to use maybe the first template for now. We want React code. So yeah, we can copy this in and then add our own things instead of that one. So we're just going to copy this, going to copy all this text inside. And all this text and stuff. We are going to replace like that. We give this reload now, it should look much different, and it does because we just copied all their styles. So now we just need to differentiate really. And write the copy and make it look so that it doesn't look like you just copied it from Tailwind UI, which is what we did, really. So yeah, we're going to get rid of introducing, and we're going to decenter this. Actually, we want it centered but not text centered. That's what we want. I think I want like a head, and then the other thing, I want all the copy to be unnecessary, I guess. So then yeah, and I guess we can get rid of the spanning here. We can move this below, something like that. We don't need the margin top. You need to be a block. Think the text color comes out of the box. Maybe the size as well, I don't know. Yep, I think this can just like be a regular H1. There we go. Hey Robin, nice to have you here. We are designing, or trying to. So yeah, now let's get rid of this, because this looks really not unique. And we'll find a way of making it unique later. So we have a blank page with some text. Nice. Now, what I like to do is to go to my Swift file, which is basically where I save all the cool things that I found around the web, and trying to find something like some inspiration to guide us through the journey of design and stuff. For example, I really like the look that Sora went in here for this card, but I don't think it fits the things that we are trying to do. This is much more like a vision focused product, like you can see here. Me, right now, I'm just trying to have a way to explain what the product does. So let's try another one until we find someone that works. I think MintFan did a really good job at this, but again, this is like more of vision driven thing, really. What else do we have? If you see anything that you want the link for, just let me know. Saved a lot of stuff in here. If you maybe shifted it good. This is really well designed, but it's not... Well, I mean... This gradient header does look really nice. I might get that from here. My green screen is a little bit weird. I have this problem every stream. Like, I never get it to look nice. I mean, we can fix something by moving it around. Like, I never get to the correct levels of transparency and... I don't know. Like, for example, if I could do this, you really can see the green behind. If I do something like this, it starts to disappear, but then I start to disappear with it, which is not what we want, really. Yeah. If I do this, we have the thing, and here I start to vanish. So it's really difficult to find the sweet spot, really. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, I need to find a guide or something to do it, because I can't, for the love of me, figure it myself. Yeah. Might be an issue of like the lighting. If I change the lighting a little bit, maybe make the light cooler. That's actually a little bit better. Let's... yeah, I'm still going to be semi-transparent wherever I do. I think I like this. This is like more saturated, more color. Maybe I can increase the contrast a little more. No, that's worse. Something like this. Something like this feels nice. But yeah, I just try to not touch it that much. So what were we going to do? We were going to try to add a gradient to this. And let's do that. So now, what colors do we want as brand colors? Think I might go with something like either pink or indigo. Let's try pink. From pink, something like this maybe. That's an issue. What's happening there? That's like up to where the gradient goes apparently. And let's not remove what would be a good tagline for this? What did I use? A new way of distributing your Twitter content is nice. So something like that, and then shifted it more of like a pink to orange. Let's maybe try that. And orange is not really a color on Tailwind by default, so you have to bring that in yourself. And now if we give this a reload, that looks nice. It looks maybe a little too much like my own gradient that I use for branding, and I probably want those to be separate. So maybe first of all we do fuchsia. That looks distinct enough, but now it clashes with the orange. So let's maybe let's pull in the colors that we have access to. Will it look good with like maybe a teal or a green? Let's try emerald. No, that doesn't look nice. It can't be a green. Maybe a blue. Let's try cyan. That looks nice. That looks nice. Let's maybe invert that. No, don't like it that much like that. This one looks weird. This one also looks weird. This one looks really nice. Like mostly blue but with hints of purple. Think we're going to roll with that. And so we have this, which has like a lot of character, and then we have all of these that doesn't really have any. Let's fix that. And the way we are going to do that is, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I guess one of the main things here is let's not make this centered. And I'm back to the Swift file. I think maybe something like this. That looks too much like a blog post, I think. We like the style on the Mercury. No, which one was it? I don't know. This looks dope, but it takes too much space and I don't want that much attention on the front. Here it is. Something like the cloud file one maybe. Which is like a little bit more or less lined. So then, to do that, let's maybe try to make this a little bigger. Like that. That looks nice. And then let's make the background a little less white. Something like that adds more balance. What else? Let's add a bit of character by adding a border to the top that isn't really showing up right now, but will. Let's maybe do border top 4. Wonder what's the maximum we can do, maybe 8? Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Then that border is going to be the same gradient. I think the way to do this is BG clip border. Never use this really. It is not. What does BG clip border do then? So it seems like it should. Oh, maybe I have to do border transparent for that to work. There we go. That's kind of what we want, but then we need to not make the entire thing also a gradient. I'm thinking the best way to do this maybe to just wrap this on a different div, which is going to have this background. And then it's going to, yeah, that's it, just that background. And then we just say padding top 8. Let's see why it doesn't work. Why is this div? Oh yeah. So if we remove the BG gray from here, problem is we don't want this to be a padding top, we want to be margin. And now we have this space, should show this other background, but it doesn't. Another approach, let's add the padding in here. Okay, so what if we just get rid of all that and just have a div in here? Let's first make this like red so we can see it. There it is. Now if we get rid of the border top in here, hopefully this should be at the top. Like that. And now, instead of making it red, we just make it our gradient. Like that. And then maybe let's make it go to the right this time. Or I guess that matches us more. And then maybe now this is too large, let's make it 5. Okay, that looks nice. Feel like this has like a magical touch and this is just like too plain to work with that. So let's maybe... Let's see what else we can do to sprinkle things in. First of all, maybe fix this thing. I think just adding a little bit of padding to the bottom to fix that. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just take that from the margin so that this doesn't bump up the content down. Yeah, that's something. Now let's make it, maybe instead of centering this, move it to here. And this style is coming from the pros. Yeah, so if we say here max width full, that should make it so that the max width is full. This should still have a max width because that looks nice. Let's do Excel. There we go. And now, instead of having this padding, we're going to say max width 5XL maybe. So here is that this padding is too small. So what we want, something more like this, that looks nicer. Maybe 42 even? No, that's not a real value. I think 36 is a value though. No, let's stick with 32 for now. And that makes this header look nicer. Now let's maybe add a subtitle in here and make this a card. I think that would look nice. Or actually, what would look nice is to have the name here, and then this is like, has some padding to the bottom. So let's maybe do that. Let's have dm.link in here for now. And let's make that look nicer. This font for the title, but I don't like it for the logo. Let's leave the font as it is for now. So text 3 to Excel, font semi-bold. Yeah. I do need a logo for this, but I don't have it yet. So until that happens, we'll be using just the word mark. I don't really want to add this grid into literally everything, but I think it might work here. I think that makes it a little bit similar. We're going to need to do more spacing in there. It does look nice though. Let's try to maybe reduce the space here to 10 and then increase, what was this? 16. So we're going to do MB6. Something like that. Maybe even a little less. This looks decent for now. Now let's move to the text. So what I think I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to copy a component from my website, which is the sparkles component. You can see it, for example, here. This is the sparkles component. So I think it's really, really nice. Uses this component. So we need to add that in. Otherwise it's self-contained. All the hooks that it uses are in the file, so I can copy it to other projects easily. And we're going to add it in here. I think this style JSX should work out of the box. Hopefully it will. And I think the only thing that I have to change is the color of the sparkles by default. Yeah. So let's do here text cyan 400 maybe. Let's try it here. So it works, but for some reason it's still using the old colors. So let's see if we can find why that is. Here it is. Here are the colors. So I'm just going to grab our colors from here. This is the second one. Whoops. This is the second one. And this is the first one. And now we have sparkles. If we click, the sparkles stop, like accessibility, and also it won't play if the user has motion disabled. Now, the other thing we need to do is here. We don't want this to be strong. So I don't know if we are passing any classes in here. We are not. So let's say child classes maybe. Let's make this a span. And other classes in here. See how that looks. So to put it simple, dm.link enables DM newsletters. You can create DM lists people can follow and send tweets to those lists without even leaving the Twitter app. In fact, the whole subscription process let's collapse some of this together, because if it's not a Twitter thread, it can flow more naturally. And we'll set a maximum there. Actually, let's do it now. Something like that, maybe. This is also going to get the gradient treatment. We need to reword this section. Let's collapse that. The pricing section will be a pricing card, so we don't need that. This will be a button. Maybe what we can do Now I'm putting this into everything, but let's see how this would work with the gradient. I think we're going to roll with that. Maybe even like this is like the important part. DM links enable DM newsletters. Let's maybe make this this subtitle. Do the 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 hard thing about this, I feel like, is that I have to explain to people why they want a newsletter without really saying it's a newsletter. Like, the thing is create DM newsletters, but then I have to say create DM newsletters to something, and that something is going to be like what you usually use a newsletter for. So someone asked, are these Tailwind CSS classes? Yeah, I'm working with Tailwind CSS. All this is Tailwind. I mean, the sparkles component, all these sparkles, have some custom CSS, but other than that, it's all Tailwind. And I'm pretty sure you could move that CSS to Tailwind, actually. With dm.link, you can create DM newsletters. To keep people, I feel like people is too general, but I don't want to say your followers, maybe subscribers. And keep subscribers in the loop about an event or topic. I feel like that feels nice. That feels nice. I like that. Then we'll say create DM lists people can follow and send tweets to a list without even leaving the Twitter app. I feel like that's not much of a feature really. Then it's like just nice. What are you using for animations? Also Tailwind. Like, I mean, for this one, it's a custom transform animation. And mostly, like, I'm pretty sure this spin animation could just be Tailwind. Think Tailwinds, like, if I you can see them as they are like spinning. If I remove this, they will probably stop spinning. Yeah. But if I say Tailwind spin, should start spinning again. I don't know what the Tailwind name for the animation is actually. Maybe I can say sparkle. Where's the sparkle? Animate spin. Animation is called spin actually, so let's try that. Nope, same issue. I think I'm going to bring it back for now. Like, I could switch this both to Tailwind. Yeah. It's all Tailwind, baby. So yeah, I like the header. Maybe this subtitle sec Tailwind UI again, content sections. Yeah, I feel like it's always going to be gray. Maybe we can reduce the where's this here? We can make it normal weight so it doesn't, yeah, that feels nicer. With dm.link you can create DM newsletters and keep subscribers in the loop about an event or topic. I think I want the header to be bigger, I'm just realizing. So text 5 pixel, maybe that's too much. I forgot about this sizing for these things. So this is for Excel by default. So I should be able to say text 5 Excel. I think I had to add that in there. And then 6 Excel. That's bigger. Is there a 7? There is a 7. So maybe we go for 7 and we increase this a little. I think that's nicer. That adds more contrast. I would maybe make it even bigger because it has to really stand out. I don't know if 8 is a thing in the scale. It is nice. So maybe we go to up to 6 in here. That's not a thing. How much are we doing here? Max. How much is 4? $72 RAM. That's 6. So maybe we do 80. And that's still not enough. Maybe 90. I think I need to override that. Why is that not working? Let's see here. Is this getting applied? It is setting the max width to 90 rem. Maybe it's like too big and just wraps. I think that's the case. I think we maybe... What happens if we make it full width? Oh, okay, yeah. This is the issue. Maybe let's make another pros div for this only. Like that, there we go, that's nice, that's what I wanted. And now that there's too much space in there, I think maybe let's go back to 20. And there's too little in here. So, let's maybe go for a 6 in there. I feel like this subtitle can now be bigger. So Excel maybe something like that. We need an 8 in there, and we're going to go for 2 rem in here. Something like that. Let's relax the width on that one. Is that a custom one or is it as the 3XL? Yeah, go up to 4 in here. Something like that. Let's do leading 8. And I'm adding this on the sparkles. Something like that. I like that. Yeah. So now I think that we're going to scratch this whole content thing and we're just going to make a list. So I'm thinking we have 2 cards in here. One is without dm.link, and one is with dm.link. So let's see how that would look. Let's get rid of all of this. We can even move this up in here. This would even, like, if I just think I could just like add a button in here and that's it, that's a landing page, and that would work. And then we can do the card later, on another day, because it's 8 p.m. here and I have to go home soon. So first of all, let's make sure this goes to the end. So mean H screen. Like that, and then let's make a really sick button. I think Joss had a nice tutorial about making a really nice button. I think it may be this one, the 3D one. There's like either this one or where's the other one? This is the other one, which is here basically. Think I mean we could make our own one, but I think this one, and then I can just tweet it at him and give him credits. And I'm going to just copy this. I read through the article and it's really nice. But yeah, let's build. I think we can just try to recreate this with Tailwind actually. So we have all these styles, which we have to wrap in JSX so that it doesn't break. Like that. And now let's see. So pushable. Let's search it for it in here. Pushable. Just here is relative. And this has no border. We have the by default background transparent. Padding 0, that's on by default. Cursor pointer, that's on by default. Outline offset, I don't think we have. And the transition is going to do the filter transition. So I think we can do transition. Does this do filter? No, we have to do transition all. And now we can get rid of this, and we just have the outline offset. Actually, I can do that via inline styles. At least for now, until it starts throwing in some hover effects. Okay, so we have to get rid of this pushable thing. We have shadow. And shadow, and I don't think that, yeah, we're going to use it later. So, shadow is going to be absolute, and then 0 on the top on the left, so top 0, left 0. Full width and full height. Nice border radius. Let's do render large. How long have I been streaming now? A little bit more than an hour. Actually, almost an hour and a half. I will try to do this button and just finish after that, and we will leave the card thing for afterwards. So the background I'm just going to copy for now because I don't know how it looks. I will maybe replace it with Tailwind later. I think this is just like black with RGBA 0.5, so we can just do BG black, BG opacity 20. That should work as well. There was some online tool that can convert CSS to Tailwind for free. Yeah, it's windy, but I like to do that manually. And also content. They have a transform transition. Wheel change, I think, is important because it makes the browser's job easier when rendering stuff, because it tells it what will change and what will not change. We have our transform, which is translate y 2 pixels, so we can just do transform translate y 2 pixels, and then we just do transition transform 600 milliseconds, so duration 600 milliseconds, and finally is and whatever this thing is, Bezier curve. Now finally, I mean not finally, but we have the edge. We can get rid of shadowing here, I think. On the edge we're going to do absolute as well, top 0, left 0, height and width full. Is this the same radius? Yeah. So rounded LG. And we have a background here, which I don't think is... Let's see. Oh yeah, that matters. That's like this thing. Let's just copy those values for now and we'll change them later. This is nice because all of these are variations of the same color. You can see that the hue is the same as well, so that's going to be easy to change when we need to later. And finally the front is going to be block, relative, rounded algae, text white, background, and transform is here, transform minus translate on the Y, and this is like 4 pixels, I think. Yeah. And then with the transition we just copy the thing that we had here. And pushable on hover. Pushable was this one. Hover, we want filtering here. I think this added Tailwind added filters recently. Yeah, so we have to set filter, and then we can do hover. Let's see. we want brightness. And we want our brightness to be, we can close this, we can close this, we can close this, we can close this, 110%. So on hover we just set our brightness to that. Then pushable hover front, so we have to set interesting music. Yeah, Mario music today, because copyright. That way folks can see it later, which is nice. So on the front, which is this one, I think, yeah, this one, can say on group hover, transform this moves to 6 pixels. I don't know if there's like a class for that. No, there isn't. 6 pixels. And the transition, the only thing that changes I think is the duration. So we can just say hover duration 200. I mean, it's 250. Let's do that properly. And then finally, on front, which is also this one, on group active. I don't know how much of this is going to work. We set the transform to 1px, so translate ypx, and we set the transition to 34 milliseconds. And pushable focus, not focus visible, outline none. So here we say outline none, and on focus visible we say ring. So let's see how this looks. Not too, I mean, the effect kind of works, but the padding and everything is messed up, because I didn't end up adding that. I said we will add it later and didn't. So that's probably why. So in here we are going to say, let's see, 12 by 16. This is py3, and then on the x we can just play around with stuff, so maybe 12. And also this shadow isn't really nice. Like you can see here, it's more rounded. He doesn't really follow the roundness of the button. Other than that, it looks pretty sick though. Like if you look at that top there. First of all, I'm going to get rid of all of these tails because we don't need them anymore. And they will just confuse React. Then we said we need to do focus outline none to actually get rid of the outline, like that. Let's also make this bigger. See you using Catalina? No, I am using Big Sur. I don't know where you got that from. Like it looks pretty Big Sur-y, I think. Yeah. It's funny how I have, like, this was like really improvement in design, and now I have just gotten used to it, so it doesn't really seem like good design anymore. Which sucks really. Like you should be able to appreciate things for years and years, but I have just gotten used to it, so it doesn't really matter to me now. Okay, so two things. There's like the front layer here, and then there's the gradient, which makes this thing actually have the 3D effect instead of like just being all red. I think that what we messed up is the gradient, because like you can see there's nothing there. So let's try to think. Oh yeah. Let's see what I did wrong here. So I am setting the background. Let's see. This is like this one. And the style is background, linear gradient, blah 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 blah. Why is this not being set? Let's make this self-closing because it's cooler. Reload. It is being set. So why is it not being respected then? Oh, actually, the issue with that is probably the transforms. Let's see that all of this is doing what it's supposed to. I think this shadow is supposed to be there. Maybe it is. Don't remember having a shadow in there, but let's have it anyways. It translates Y to PX, does translate Y to 2PX. And I do have the transforming here. But then, here, this should move when I hover, and it isn't. So let's hover on that. The transition is changing. Actually, let me hover over the whole thing here. The brightness does change. Group hover stuff doesn't trigger. That's interesting. So what happens if I do, instead of like minus translate Y minus 4px, which doesn't really seem to register, let's do transfer Y minus 4px. There we go. Did I have that on anywhere else? No. So now we have this an extra border here, this gray stuff that I want to get rid of. Let's see how we do that. Oh, that's this VG. What's that supposed to do? That's supposed to be like this shadow, right? That doesn't really look nice. I might get rid of that. Or actually, this may be the shadow's fault. It is, but I still think it looks weird. So let's add a shadow instead of the background. I guess we can actually just get rid of this entirely. Yeah, there we go. And Let's make sure we never see that outline. It is popping in and out. Just like that. I feel like there's something missing. After reconstructing this, I think we may actually not go with this one and go with the other one. Like this other gradient button. I think that one's powered by React. Yeah. But there's also an article about that. So I think something that we can do, because like I want those reflections, but I don't think I want the changing gradient. So we can get this button, which has a bunch of properties. We're gonna ignore this, this, and this. And keep the other things. Which is basically, we want this shadow in there, which we can get from, I have no idea where that comes from actually. Maybe from the before, yeah, there we go. From the before. We might need to use real CSS for this. Do we have like a CSS file? I do, okay, yeah. So I think I'm going to try to get the source of that from the actual source of this. Guess who just got a robocall? Yay! Yay, yay, yay! Yeah, so this is not the button that we are looking for. I think we want it's not like button, nor radio button. It's probably this is called rainbow button. Here it is, rainbow button. And for this, this is the code for the gradient. I think this is the actual code we want. This is the before and this is the after. What's the gradient do? Oh right, yeah, that. So I'm going to say here landing button, and then we're going to have a before for that. Let's first get this in here. And here's what the before has. Then we have an after. For this stuff, and then finally do you use any front-end framework? I use Tailwind, which is kind of a front-end framework but not really, because it just gives you classes instead of giving you buttons and stuff. So it's a little bit different, but it's really, really nice. So I think we're going to use this. And then in here, we can get rid of this. And we have this landing button class that we can just add to our button. So we're going to have a button with a span that says push me, I guess, for now. We can get rid of all of this. And for this we're obviously going to use our gradient. And this is going to be text white. Font landing. And then what's this thing called? It's like leading. It's not line height, it's letter spacing. Tracking. Tracking widest. And that's way too much. Something like wide maybe. Add a medium font to this, and let's say join plus this. Join whatever the number of users is. Use and subscribe to dm.link updates. We are obviously going to put this a little bit to the bottom. Let's increase this and decrease this. And instead of a button, it's going to be a link. And then that link goes to, you guessed it, I don't remember. So I can copy it from here. And this needs to be a block style. And it's going to do that, so maybe inline. Let's go inline flex, that always works. So yeah, nice button. What else? I feel like this is decent. Maybe what we can do is, since we only have 3 items, we center them on the page. Let's see. And for that we're going to just say flex items center, justify center, something like that, but then we don't want items to be centered. We like them at where we had them. Something like this. This looks nice. This looks like a Twitter card would, actually, which is really nice. Then I'm thinking maybe this will probably not fit at all, but we can try. I've been using this background for dm.link stuff. I'm thinking if it would fit to have it here. It has kind of a different gradient, so it may not work. Let's grab that and try it out. So here's the background. I'm going to export that. There we go. As a JPEG. I'm just going to drop that into public for now. Image, drop this in, call it landing BG, and then here we just say background URL something like that, and we reload, and no. We want to set it to no repeat, so maybe be cover. I still think cover is right. No. You could make it work, but no. Hasn't really worked that well. That's a shame. So yeah, I think I'm going to this looks still minimalistic, but way better than this. So yeah, I say let's ship it. We'll iterate more on this, so doesn't really need to be perfect right now. Let's do that. Let's deploy. So this is nice. I think this should be good to go. Let's deploy it and give it and see if it fails or deploys successfully. So, what was my reasons for choosing VS Code over JetBrains? First of all, JetBrains runs really slow in my experience, like PHP. I don't even remember the name. It's like PHP editor or PHP code or PHP Studio, something like that. Runs really slow. It's also really cluttered. Like if I open VS Code, you can see it's like really clean. Like this is how I usually use it. Like this when I'm looking at HTML, but like it's really clean. If I open JetBrains products, they are like, and you can customize them, but they are a mess to customize. And also you have to, like I usually, PHP Storm is the name. I can use PHP Storm to edit React, or I can, but it's not going to be as nice. So I have to switch editors depending on the type of file that I'm working on, and that's messy if I'm working, for example, on a project like this, which is React plus a PHP. So it gets really messy, and you can pretty much get the same features PHP Storm offers with extensions. With VS Code extensions, so I really don't see the need for PHP Storm really. So it seems like it's deploying. Hopefully it will not crash. I mean, it will not mess up the CSS and stuff, I guess. And now it's set deploying. This project lives on AWS Lambda. It's a serverless function, so that's why it needs to do all these different things, like ensuring the storage exists, ensures the cache, the updating the function, updating the configurations of the function. Lot of stuff. The version of the function, that's when it switches from the one that was previously into the new one, because that way there's no downtime. Deployment hooks, the domain is actually has a certificate, the HTTP is configured, DNS, It's a lot of stuff. Make sure that the schedule tasks and the queues are configured so that they run. Mail as well, so that I can send emails. And there we go, that should be it. There we go. So I can just add dm.link. And that looks nice. I maybe would tweak a few things, like make this larger. But I think it looks way better than what we had, and I'm going to leave it for now. It looks even like a social card or something. I really, really like it. So that's going to be it for now for me. Yeah, I don't really have that much else to say. How much do I pay for AWS? Actually nothing, because they have like a really generous free credits offer that got me like $10,000 of credits for free. And I'm still running that. They don't expire until next year. So it's running for free, which is really nice. When that expires, I will think about costs. For now, it's free, so why bother? But yeah, hope you guys had fun. This was more of like still not much action stream, more unlike the Showtime one, for example, which was more of tweaking random stuff and less doing the same task for a long period of time. I'm starting to plan these streams a little bit more, so let me know what you guys enjoy over on Twitter. You can DM me, you can tweet at me, let me know how the stream went. And yeah, let me know if you enjoy this, like we take something and we try to design it and work through all the bugs, or something that is like more fast-paced, more entertaining, more you can see more decisions and stuff. I don't know, just let me know. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you had fun, hope you learned something, hope you, yeah, I don't know. I can keep going. But yeah, thanks for being here, I really appreciate it. And have fun. Bye.